Guys, Michael with the Dent Company here. Got a really special 1988 BMW E30 M3. It's got just about 50,000 miles. It's in the shop. This is a great customer of mine. You guys want to check them out on Instagram. It's called Tampa Garage. It's a family that do this really cool thing together where they collect cars, and the father really is like working with the sons. Sometimes they sell them, sometimes they keep them, but otherwise ones like this come into the shop, and we are going to do a metal correction on this. So you guys are familiar with what a paint correction is. You've seen me film videos before doing metal correction. What I'm going to do is detectively look through this in every panel different ways, and I'm going to try to find the flaws in the metal. So some of those flaws are going to be Dortings, some of those flaws might be factory high spots that were there that never got corrected. Along the way, I'll check to see if there was ever any paint work done with the three-dimensional light that we use. Shout out to Luminant, because that thing is amazing. And really, we just got to pick a spot and start working. When we pick that spot, we work through it. We'll work through this whole entire car, and we'll see what we'll do different this time. Is we'll just put little tape spots on after I do them. I don't know how I feel about, here's a dent. Let's see how I feel about tape being on it for a long time. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so this is where we're gonna start. Now, the thing that I have to be careful of in a car like this, being older, is one, damaging it. I mean, this is here to not be damaged. This is here so that in the world of all these E30 M3s that exist, when they're done, this client can absolutely know for sure it's as board straight as the day it drove right off the line. So brings value. Every car that's sold at an auction, bring a trailer, all these people claim, and of course they tell me there's no dents. Let's see how many we find. This one had no dents, so this will be cool. All right, so I'm gonna start in the back here. Get an idea of what they were doing in 1988. All right, so we found one. And then this is a little bit of a high spot here. This is a little bit of a low spot there, and then this is what would be considered a pretty obvious dent. I'm gonna pull this liner back, which I've already done, and I'm getting access from behind. I'm gonna reshape this, more of a defined dent, and then tighten up that broad low.
How's that going?
Going good. So kind of like right in here, there's a little bit of a low. It's not on the other side. It's not a dent. Some of the rippling is factory, but this one spot is not. So I'm actually going to be able to push through the double layer of metal right here, which is great because I don't know how I feel about glue pulling this car yet. It's too much of an extension. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. 5. Yeah, 5 dings. These are just straight dings. Like, there's a little weird cluster of them right here. Usually that happens when the previous owner just parked next to somebody all the time. Same person. So as I'm sliding it down, I first in my head wanted to feel like sound deadening pad because I knew it was going to be in here, and it is. And it's about right here. And then I just kept sliding down and pressing. So twisting my arm is making the tool flag. I don't want, once it's in position, then I want compression. And then as I come down, bang, I'm right on. So here's the crash beam, right here. It's the whole way. So every dent is behind it, which I was hoping it wasn't, but it is. The cool thing is it's not so tight to the metal that I have to worry about. It's like the perfect leverage to do this. Now, to think if I took the door panel off and you got to see, we could make like a bat. Like, tell me what the inside of this door looks like from you just feeling around on the outside. 25 years of feeling this in my hand and then this. It's like an extension. It's literally like I'm putting my arm down and feeling around. So there's no substitute for experience. That's why I really like this tool for this exact reason. So micro movements, just these tiny microscopic movements I'm making. I'm not rushing this. I'm not just trying to squeeze it. So what's interesting is that the metal thickness on the quarter panel was really thick. The door is really thin. Or I might even see something else from this angle. And I do. So this one was here, and then right back here might have been somebody tried to do one, but either way. I have to get inverted to see these the right way. This took a really long time to learn how to do. So I want my eyes to be level with the dent, right? I always want to be eye level like I'm shooting a gun down the line. The only way I'm going to be able to do that with a lot of control is to go upside down. Yeah, I don't even love doing this, but it's necessary on this one. They don't do that in yoga, by the way. I'm gonna clean off all of my body sweat residue from the top with rubbing alcohol. No damage to the interior components. It's great. I actually was able to do all of that without having to tap down, which is really cool. Part luck, part experience. I don't really want to get into polishing a whole bunch on this car. So that's it. Now we're going to work on the fender. So when I was working on the door, I actually could catch this little dent right here. It's not supposed to be there. There's something going on with this fender up here. I'm gonna take a look at that. Which this is a really little, okay, so here's some dents right there. All right, so this is like what I call like cleanup on aisle 5 here. We got, just really go through this panel. So the cool thing about metal correcting a car is like, think about like you took this and you got it paint corrected and you didn't address any of these dents. So like you got this shiny new car, but then it's like, it's a good place to start before you do a paint correction. Which happens to be right through that door. So the fender liners normally on new cars are tucked. This isn't even tucked. And it's a gap. It's tucked in there, but then it's just kind of hanging. Some cleanup up there. I'll tell you what, whoever owned this car before took ridiculously good care of it. It is so narrow in here.
Yeah.
Trying to do the right, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and trying not to look any other dent guy caring about this. Is cleaning up all this. Somebody did. What I find when I find previous PDR, and not every time, but there's always something that's in the way, and in this case is exactly why the result is the result. Then you come take a look at this, and it really shows you this bracket in the system is right where the dent was at. So probably for whatever reason, you know, didn't want to take it off. Don't really know, but we're gonna take it off because it's in the way. Okay, now we're just gonna check everything else that actually pulled. One pull, which was awesome. That's because it's old metal and it's thick and it can handle it like that. Plus I got the glue tab to glue everything dead on. Put this guy away. All right, let's scan it one more time. I know I kind of pre-did this. So I'll be really careful. Can you imagine all these guys that restore cars and don't get this done even before paint? Every dent has to be filled with filler. was actually a little worried about this pull. Believe it or not, just a little bit. That's it.
Okay, so that's coming tomorrow. This is 700 and you're done already? Are we watching the Tesla?
Yeah, that's good. All right, guys, Michael at the Dent Company. I hope you enjoyed watching me do a metal correction on a 1988 E30 M3. As straight as it was, today it left the factory. Some of this tape left resembles damage dents that we took out. I'd say we're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-ish spots that I worked on, maybe a little bit more, but precisely back to the way it was. So thanks again for watching. This was a fun one.